Randy Knight is out there with Mayo. And inside, a kinetic shot blocker rebounder out of Virginia Commonwealth, Larry Sanders. Then there's Carlos Delfino, and it's Ilyasova in at the 4 slot. And for Miami, Chalmers and D. Wade are the guards. And playing at the 5, the always versatile 6'11" star big man, able to score inside and out, Chris Bosh. And it's LeBron James, and it's Haslam in at the power forward. LeBron drives in. Turnaround Jay. That's good. LeBron's got the first points of the night for the Heat.
Well, you got to love the footwork. How about that turnaround? Well, Miami stormed through the regular season and were viewed as the clear-cut favorites to come out of the East, but it was not as easy as expected. After sweeping Milwaukee, the Bulls gave them a scare. Then the Pacers really took them deep, all the way to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Here's Knight. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Pass to Mayo. Mayo off the pick from Ilyasova. Mayo with it. Now defended by Mario Chalmers. Shot clock at 5. They get it back. Sanders. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, the one thing that you have to have in basketball is big men who can protect the rim, and that's what Sanders does. He's willing to go up and block shots, really patrol the paint, and protect that rim area.
Yeah, you know, but there's nothing easy in the lane when Sanders is on the floor. You always have to be looking over your shoulder if you plan on putting up a shot with him around. And for the Heat, the Pacers were their first real test, it seemed, and they had to survive a win or go home against him. It almost seemed, Clark, to take away any momentum they might have had when they went up against the Spurs in the finals.
You know, it's interesting. When I think of momentum in the playoffs, it doesn't carry over from game to game or series to series. I think each game, Kevin, is really an entity in and of itself. That said, Miami found a way, despite being pushed by the Pacers and being pushed by the Spurs, both to Game 7. It came down to LeBron James's brilliance, but also the hot shooting of a complimentary role-playing winner, Shane Battier.
Bosh, that's the pick for Chalmers. He feeds it to Haslam. LeBron James on the win. And it's Larry Sanders with the rebound.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Mayo kicks to Knight. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Yeah, that's the right move. Get a good possession here, play defense, and get one more opportunity to score.
Wade dishes to Haslam. Uses both hands to slam it down. There it is, guys. That Olay defense. Just watching him go, Clark, right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
And the Bucks with possession here. The Heat getting the bucket. Knight passes to Mayo. From past the arc. And it's Miami with the rebound. LeBron outside. Baseline jumper. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. At the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. Bucks lead by 1. Back after this from... And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
It was pretty impressive the way they moved the ball, made the extra pass, and found open shooters that whole quarter.
Yeah, it's been a complete team effort out there. Great to watch.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, for LeBron James, guys, the stats say it all. He's always a beast. But when you play him at the power forward position, his numbers take on a whole nother level of excellence.
And Clark, you mentioned LeBron playing at the 4 being a tough matchup for teams Steve, why is that?
Well, we've seen the same thing with Carmelo Anthony, a guy who's playing at the 4, who has great size and strength, but also ball handling ability. It compromises the defense, particularly when you put shooters around him.
Well, you know, the Bucks thought they had a plan to make a big push forward by pairing some talent together in the backcourt, but what seems to have happened is they are now mired in mediocrity, which is exactly where you don't want to be.
Midnauer kicks to Henson. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And Miami has possession. LeBron outside. Kicks to Cole. Shoots the 3. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Cole's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And back to Minnesota. They were the 8th seed in the East last year, but still finished 6 games under 500. Still a lot of work for them to get above 500 and be in a position where, Steve, they are, competing for home court in the playoffs.
Yeah, a lot of changes for the Bucks in the offseason, but a team that was able to sneak in last year, they're hopeful to make it once again this season, but it feels like they're kind of stuck in the middle right now.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Guys, as you know, the Miami Heat try to keep the plays they run as simple as they can and rely on their talent and teamwork to win them games. But playing like that can present its own kind of problems. Coach Spoelstra said, quote, "The challenge is not getting bored with simplicity." Simple is what works, though, as evidenced by their back-to-back titles, guys.
Well, Doris, sometimes it makes sense to keep it simple. Thanks. And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. We've got 1:18 left in the first half of the game.
Talking about Chris Anderson, guys, the Birdman. We weren't sure if he was going to be able to fly last season, but he did latch on with a very good Miami Heat team who was in need of some help rebounding, which is his strength. He still can do that and block shots as well.
Just 5 on the clock. There's Neal with the 3. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Cole dishes to Allen. Feeds it to Cole. LeBron James on the wing. And there's the rejection. Here's Delfino, covered by LeBron.
Question is, do they go 2 for 1 here?
Can they get a good shot in time? That's the question.
Down low. Here's Cole. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Cole's got 5 points in the quarter.
Then you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
Neal passes to Ridnour. He kicks it to Pachulia. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That's on Chris Anderson. The Bucks have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
Well, and they were 74% free throw shooting as a team last year, so those numbers could come up.
And, you know, whenever they get into a stretch where it looked like maybe they would turn it around at the line, they would immediately take a step back.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Back to Wade. 1 second left. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. Bucks ahead. They're up by 1. Well, folks, stay tuned for the halftime show with Damon Bruce for all the highlights from our first half.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Welcome to the halftime report with a close contest going on out at American Airlines Arena. A tight one for the Bucks, squaring off against Miami. They've done a great job closing out their defensive possessions, grabbing boards, great rebounding. A nice start for Brandon Knight. They've also been getting a lot of help from Larry Sanders.
The Sprint halftime report, presented by Sprint.
A look here at the fast-growing downtown of Miami, Florida, as we return to action.
You know, one of the things about the Heat since the Big Three has come together is that they've been able to find the right kinds of veteran players to step in and fill specific roles for this team as they've won a couple of championships now.
LeBron kicks to Bosh. Chalmers. There's the dish to Wade. Guarded by Mayo. Baseline J on the way. That one goes. Count it. Wade's got the first bucket of the third here for the Heat.
And the lead goes right back over. This is a seesaw affair.
The game's there for the taking, but neither team seems to want it.
Knight gets a screen from Delfino. Mayo kicks to Knight. To Mayo. 6 to shoot. The three-pointer, no good. And it's easy to have players want to join the Heat when they're competing for an NBA title every season. But, Steve, even then, they find the ones that most fit their offensive and defensive philosophy, and that's when they're going to come up big for them.
Yeah, for sure. This team has done such a good job putting together this roster around LeBron and Wade. You think about Birdman in the playoffs last year, Battier coming in here as a stretch four. They've just found the right players and the right mix, and that's one of the big reasons why this team is back-to-back NBA champs.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Ersan Ilyasova, a rare breed, a stretch four who's also a big factor on the offensive boards. Ersan said, "That's part of my game, to be active. Some nights you aren't going to hit those shots, but if I have this in my pocket, just go in there and crash on the offensive glass. It's all about second effort." Guys?
Well, it seems he can do both, Doris. His role is steadily growing, too. Timeout called, the Bucks. Here is Ilyasova. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Mayo, that's good. Guys, what a back-and-forth game this has been.
You know what? You're right. Neither side has been able to hang on to the lead for any kind of time at all.
Yeah, you're right, Clark. 7 lead changes already.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
You know, he head coach Eric Spoelstra worked his way up from the very bottom in that organization. I mean, he got his start as a video coordinator, and through years of hard work and dedication has really become an outstanding coach.
Haslam defended by Ilyasova. Chalmers with a screen on Ilyasova. The shot by Wade, and another basket for Miami.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
Milwaukee's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. And back to Coach Eric Spoelstra as a guy who got his start as a video coordinator, picking the game apart. Steve, he's very comfortable with the new advanced stat move analytics in the NBA.
Yeah, and I've had a chance to speak with him quite a bit. He says that the way they use advanced stats is just as a conversation piece in the coaching room. Their analytics department will bring them various information, and it will force them to ask questions, which is very healthy for a coaching staff to do.
Clock at 6. Haslam dishes to Chalmers. And stolen by Knight. And now it's Knight running. He can go all the way. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
And Haslam kicks to Chalmers. Shot clock at 6. Here's Wade. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
What a play. The hoop plus the harm.
Excellent concentration on the finish. That's big time.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Just 72% from the line last year. Not great numbers, but of course there are worse out there, that's for sure.
Here's Mayo. Knight to Mayo. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. And that's now 6 points for O.J. Mayo.
I'll tell you what, he's made more than a few of those in his career.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Bucks lead by 2. And time for the... All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Bucks.
Boy, defensively, they've played with a high energy level, guys, and all the steals we've seen, really a result of that aggressiveness.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
Wow, fans just getting their money's worth tonight. Really entertaining ball game.
It has been. The margin separating these teams has been paper thin.
LeBron drives in. It's back to Battier. Right side Bosch. Working on Sanders. Just his first attempt. And the shot is good.
You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to put an extra body on and get some help when he barrels his way in close. He's such a good finisher. He needs more than one guy to defend him.
Knight kicks to Mayo. And it's off from three-point range. Miami trailing. Dishes it to Chalmers. Teardrop shot.
Great job. Take it right at the defense. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, he left him no choice but to foul there.
He drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to one. John Henson's checked in for Ilyasova. Enzo Chalmers nails both of them.
Nicely done. Without much separating these teams, that's when you have to make good at the line.
Knight with it. Now guarded by Mario Chalmers. Delfino kicks to Knight. And the pass to Delfino. Goes back up. And he lays it up and in.
He's a grinder. Love what he does under the offensive boards, really bringing energy and life to his team.
Wade with it, and it's Henson picking him up to take the lead. Chalmers' shot is no good.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Yeah, they're lucky that they didn't get burned on that one.
Chalmers against Knight. And there's the feed to Henson. The shot is off. Some solid defense from Bosch. Stolen by Henson. And the shot is good. And the Bucks lead by 4.
And now both of these clubs really in a groove here.
Already a high-scoring game, but it has become an offensive showcase down the stretch.
Wade against Mayo. It's good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Watch out. D-Wade has caught fire.
Bucks have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Knight passes to Mayo. Henson, he's guarded by Hazel. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Knight kicks to Delfino. And there's the call on James. That's his first foul. .30 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Delfino with the three. Nails the triple.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
Near the three-point line, it's Wade. And the shot is long.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
And as long as they continue to do this kind of work at the foul line, the lead should be safe.
Timeout called, the Heat. They're losing by 7. 15 seconds left in the game. Guys, what do you think?
Well, this one's out of reach, so I'm not sure why they're calling the timeout here. Maybe just to try to work on something, maybe an out-of-bounds play or something.
Well, they might as well talk about what movies they want to see or what they want to surf on the internet, because this one's done, boy.
They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Yeah, no question the right call at this point. You can't let them just dribble it out.
That's right. I mean, you got to send them to the line and hope for a few misses.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
That may be the knockout blow. Guys, those free throws would seem to have put this one away.
And the Heat call time here. They're trailing by 6. There's 10 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
Well, there's a little bit of time here to play with, so a three and a quick foul could make things interesting.
Very much so. Either way you cut it, they're going to need a pair of threes and some help at the other end as well.
Chalmers' shot is no good. And so they choose to intentionally foul. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. Here's Cole. Off target. So it's Milwaukee picking up the win. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me,
everybody get up.